So this is the Blitzwolf V8 Projector. This is a very compact and very affordable projector that was just released, but from time to time they run promotional offers and discounts, and you can even get this at up to 50% off on certain occasions. So I do recommend hitting the link in the description to check out the website, where you can not just find this but also thousands of tech and home items at really good value for money prices. So you have yourself a small mini remote control, a power plug, user manual, and this is the projector itself. Now this is actually very lightweight, very compact, and this is 1080p native as well, but it does allow up to 4K decoding. So if you do want to play back 4K content, this will downscale that and give you the maximum resolution that this can handle, and we will be testing out a lot of 4K content. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the design whilst I bring up the specs and the key features on the sidebar of the video. Now on the front you see yourself the LED lamp and the lens. This actually twists because this is a manual focus. It doesn't have any autofocus, nor does it have auto keystone, but that's absolutely fine if you do prefer to get the manual focus done exactly the way you want it. So you have some buttons along the top. You have a back button, the many directional buttons with OK, settings button, and the power button just there. On the back you have yourself the power port, and then you have a 5-watt speaker inbuilt into that. It's not the strongest speaker, but for something that's lightweight and at this price point, then that's something that we can also test out and give you a review on. And then on the right hand side you have yourself the headphone port, an AV auxiliary port, a TF card slot, one HDMI and one USB-A. So if you do want to connect maybe an external soundbar via HDMI, you can do that here, but you can also connect any of your other HDMI content streaming devices like an Apple TV or an Amazon Fire Stick. This also does have Bluetooth capability, so you can actually use Bluetooth to connect to a wireless headphone or a wireless speaker. Along the bottom you have yourself this screw kickstand that you can use to elevate and position the projector accordingly. Then you also have a 1/4 thread right there in the middle in case you do want to ceiling mount this. Let's go ahead and set this up and see how this looks and works with the Android 11 OS built into it. Now one thing to mention, this does only come with an EU based power socket plug. So if you are based in a different country that doesn't utilize this type of power socket, then you would need to get an adapter to power the projector. Okay, so I have everything up and running. Now I just have to say, this was literally plug and play. I didn't need to go through any setup wizard. I didn't need to connect the remote control. You literally turn it on and it opens up the Android 11 OS. And I can just get up and running very quickly to play my content. So that was actually quite nice to see. Now one thing I do want to highlight is the fan noise, because I do get this question asked quite often when I do my projector reviews. This is pretty loud. I guess that's nothing expected of a projector of this value, but let's just get a bit closer so you guys can hear how loud the fan noise is. Now having said that, I would recommend you use a Bluetooth headset or Bluetooth speaker, but nonetheless the speaker inbuilt into this does go pretty loud, and when you do play it on high volumes it literally drowns out the fan noise completely. Now you can see there's a lot of daylight coming into the room, and with the 400 ANSI lumens it's still manageable to see the content, but if you are going to play content which has a lot of dark scenes in there, I would really recommend that you use this mainly in a dark room or at night time. But before we get into playing some demo content, let's just take a closer look at this Android system and go through some of the settings, and then we'll dive into some demo videos. Okay, I've now darkened the room and you can see how much clearer this is. This actually is very clear, so if you are going to use this to watch all of your movies or TV shows at night time, then you're going to get very good quality. Now let's just run through some of the options here. Now you can see it comes pre-installed with a lot of the popular apps. You have Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video and Disney Plus. There's a whole bunch of pre-installed apps on there as well, but you can also go into the Google Play Store to download even more apps if you wanted to. You go onto the apps menu, you scroll down, and then you go into App Store. You even have the option to use Mirrorcast to wirelessly screen mirror from your Android phone. You have a file manager, so in case you do connect a USB, you can then view your videos, your music files, your photos, whatever it may be. And then this is the option where you can actually connect to a Bluetooth speaker. Now if we head over to the settings, let's just take a quick look at some of the settings. From here you can connect your Wi-Fi, connect to Bluetooth devices. If you go into projection, this is where you can change the projection method. 4-point keystone correction, it is manual, you can do that directly from here. Then you also have zoom, which I do like, especially if you want to position a projector in a fixed location but it doesn't match the size of your screen, then having zoom as a setting is always very important for me. So from here you can actually reduce it all the way down to 70% of the full size, or you can go all the way back up to 100%, and then you can reset back to default. So very simple settings. Then you have date, language, reset, and for me sometimes simplicity goes a lot further than complexity. So I really like that this is just straightforward and very simple to use. But just note, there isn't any specific settings to change, for example, the picture mode or the audio output mode. I know more of the high-end, more expensive projectors have those options, but this is all limited to just one basic setting, and I'm going to show everything on its default. So now let's go ahead and take a look at some demo videos and see how that performs alongside the audio quality.
Destiny. You, me. The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
I am the great Dementus. And I rule the white man by body!
Remember me.
Who do we have here?
I hear you, sir!
And there we have it, guys. I didn't hear any of the fan noise when I had the volume out quite loud. So that is the Blitzwolf V8. The viewing angles were actually quite nice as well, and you can see how clear the video is, especially in a dark room. I have no problems using this, and especially for the price, if you are on a budget, then I would definitely recommend considering this projector. Now the audio quality, of course, it doesn't have a lot of punchy bass or anything like that. It does have standard speakers that do fire from the rear and the sides, and that's actually more than enough if you do want to hear clear dialogues and to still enjoy all of the content that you're watching. But for me, I personally always recommend using Bluetooth headphones if you really want to get the best home cinematic experience when you are watching your movies. Now, if there's anything else you guys want to know about this projector, then drop a comment down below. But I highly recommend you take a look at the Banggood website to see all of the detailed and technical specifications of this, or if there's any other projectors that you want to find, they have a lot of options on their website. Make sure to like this video and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all at the next one.